This video is about what can be a normal routine job shop repair. This trolley, when in use, carries over a half a tonne of castings, and it has come in to get the casters replaced on the bottom, to get some modifications done to the frame, and the video is just going to follow along as I do these modifications, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Apart from new casters, the bottom of the top frame will get a mesh insert so it can be used to hold things, as well as a holder and a rest to be added at one end, which will hold some steel bars in the upright position. The new casters for the trolley will be much bigger and stronger than the originals, but they will also need new mounts to be made. First job is to cut the steel that I'll be using, and I'll be using a new addition to the garage, a dry cut saw, to do this. The mesh I am cutting by hand. Here I am cutting a section of checker or diamond plate using a jigsaw. This piece will become the bottom of the bar rest. I have cut two pieces of strap which will be bent into U-shapes. Here I am marking out where I will bend them. These are simple bends, and I'll be using a hammer and a vise to make them. Here I am welding up the bottom bar holder mount. The base is much thinner than the strap sides, and I weld with a weave pattern, pushing most of the heat into the strap so as not to melt through the checker plate. Here I am stack welding the four mounting plates for the wheels together so that they can be drilled and tapped as one unit. Welded together, I used the base of one of the new casters as a template to mark the hold positions on the stack. Being stacked together like this ensures the four plates will share an identical hold pattern. Here I am drilling and tapping the stack. Once I have tapped the 4 holes, I use a bolt to confirm that all threads are good. Satisfied that the threads are good, I now grind the sidewells down on the stack and then use a hammer and a cold chisel to split them apart. For each plate I will mark a direction arrow and a T for top to ensure that when I mount them they are all mounted in the one direction on the trolley. Before welding the plates on, I coat the surface of the plate that contacts the frame with a zinc-rich paint. The plates will attach to the base of the trolley with 3 of the 4 holes exposed and 1 covered by the frame, so that I don't have to worry about the mounting bolt fouling the frame for the covered one. I mark its position and drill a clearance hole in the base of the frame. Once the clearance holes are drilled, I then move on to welding on the mounting plates. Here I am welding on the bottom rest and holder for the steel bars that will sit on the trolley. Before I weld in the mesh, I need to open up the tray frame at the centre so that the tray is the same width all the way along. To do this, I wedge 2 pieces of scrap in the frame and then use clamps to pull the sides out, and once this is done I weld in the spacer. With the sides of the top tray trued up, I weld in the mesh to the bottom of the tray. All of the modifications are done now, so it's off to paint, and then I will fit the casters and the job will be done. I did the painting off camera, and here I'm showing the fitting of the last of the 4 new casters to the trolley. First I use a bottom tap to clean out any paint that has got on the threads. I am using 10mm metric bolts with a 1.5mm pitch to bolt the casters on. I'm placing a spring washer and a flat washer as well under the head of each bolt, and after initially seating them I go around in a cross pattern tightening them down. The last job is to grease both of the swivel casters. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would welcome a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, have you thought about subscribing to the channel? I do lots of different things here in the garage. This is just one of many. Thank you.